We are Innovate Marketing Group. We're an event management agency. If you don't know us, my name is Sara Rosas. And in a second, Amanda Ma, our CEO, will be joining us shortly. She is an industry leader, DE&I champion, and she has a lot of experience in the industry, in events and marketing. So let's just jump right ahead. We're very excited to have you with us today. I see we have a lot of you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you can put where you are joining us in the chat, if you are here, local, LA, or if you are in New York, Austin, or clients are spread everywhere. So hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited to have you here and sharing your wisdom with us. So
yeah, excited. Let's get this going, and excited to dive even deeper into this year's trends.
2024. All right. So first off, we're going to talk about a few, items of who we are. As I mentioned, we're Innovate Marketing Group. We're an event management agency. We cover nationwide events and Event International. We have been awarded Inc. 5000, BizBatch 500, and also last year made it to the Event Marketers Top 100 list of event management agencies in the country. So we're very excited, very proud of our team. A quick overview of what we did in the past. We work with top brands like TikTok, Google, East West Bank, Movers and Shakers, and many, many others. We work with the tech industry, beauty industry, as well as associations and even government agencies. So you know that you're working with someone who is really, really experienced and well prepared. I love these photos. Everybody's just having a good time. Everybody's smiling, and that's a really good aspect for me to know. A quick overview of the event industry. You might find this interesting. So the event industry is a $1 trillion worldwide industry. That is gigantic. Even after the pandemic, we came back to green numbers, and we're actually expected to grow 6.4% yearly. That will amount to a 2.1 billion only for the US by 2032. So exciting numbers. And that also trickles down into marketing budgets. So you can know that 21% of corporate budgets by 2021 was allocated to event marketing. To continue, another really important stat is that the creator economy is booming, not only in the US, but around the world. And it's giving event marketers a really good opportunity to connect with their audience, not only with content creators, but also their final consumer. And then it's also a really great opportunity to maximize your budget for not only the event day, but also content creation for afterwards. Accountability and social impact are always important. We're always having this in mind whenever we're creating events, but most brands also take this into account when planning events. And everything really comes down to personalization. Your people want to feel like you really had them in mind when you created their event. And so personalizing everything from invite till post-event survey can really make a difference for your event. Now we'll dive right into the trends. We have 4 trends, major trends, and then a couple of tips for event design that we're going to share with you. So for the first one, AI. Everybody's talking about AI, right? And we know that this is really, really interesting, and it's kind of exciting, but also can be daunting to think about AI. So here are some tips. First off, use AI to improve the experience. Gen AI is not only ChatGPT, it's a really big one, but it's not the only one. You can use your integrated app to match guests to their suggested sessions, even integrate AI so that they connect with the right people. And that also provides a lot of support for networking. You can also use AI to access your guests instantly. So you can provide a chatbot that responds with AI so that people have a wider access to not only the typical bot that can respond to 5 questions and that's it. You can also use AI to automate your event, which is really exciting for planners. This can really be leveraged through like everything we mentioned from the beginning till the end of event planning. And you can even use it to automate your registration process all the way to the post-event survey to get all of that information, and that really helps with manpower. So we're just inviting you to leverage the opportunity. You don't have to be an expert. That's why we're here. We can support you in integrating tech as just an AI into your event planning. And yeah, just making sure that everything that you have in your toolkit is up to date. Next trend we're going to talk about is elevated experiences. And this kind of englobes a couple of items. So first one is, as we mentioned, personalization. So just stamping your logo everywhere is not personalizing your event. Personalization can go anywhere from a specific app for your event. It can go through a QR code that tracks down your traffic, or it can even go everywhere to post-event receiving a gift or anything else that is tailored to your attendee. So think about the goal of your event and then design that experience with that in mind. That also takes us to immersive design. So immersive design is basically pushing the boundary and getting the best attendee experience that you get by creating a transformational experience, we call it. So that basically means that the people that came to your event are not the same people that left your event. Leave them with something added to their value and leave them changed in a meaningful way. We wanted to include also a couple of tips for sustainability and accessibility. So sustainability is not really a trend. It was a trend maybe a couple years ago. Now it's the standard. So now your attendees are really expecting you to be well-versed in all of the aspects of sustainability and accessibility in terms of disabilities or just in terms of gender expression. So a couple of tools that you can integrate into your event are making sure that the accessibility is well enough for people to attend your event in a safe and secure manner. You also can have ASL translation, closed captions for your conferences, and it also goes into who you're sourcing. So sourcing from diverse local vendors that are also green certified can really make an impact for your attendees. Last year, we were talking about carbon footprint registration. So that is another one. Most like big tech companies take this into consideration. And that is also something that we can help you with. So everything goes into social impact. Brands are realizing that the impact of their events is not only in the ROI, which of course there has to be, but the impact also creates brand loyalty. It can also increase your brand recognition and even create loyal customers for years to come. So all of those things can really make an elevated experience. These are just a couple of examples of elevated experiences we had in the past couple of years. As you can see, I love this example of the East West Bank branded latte. I think that is just one of those touch points that just makes sense, and it feels cute and it doesn't feel too overstated. It doesn't feel, for example, if you see to the left, we have the champagne wall, and that is also elevating the experience. People don't see this every day. So it's a way to wow your customers and your attendees. Now we're going to go with Amanda to community first events. She's going to share a little bit more about, her experience. She's a DI champion. She's an expert in creating elevated experiences, but that have that multicultural touch. So thank you, Amanda.
Thanks, Sarah. And I just want to say with that champagne wall, because I was there in person, you should have heard the feedback. We were, we have two teams that were setting up the team that was inside. And as people rolled out that day, the first wave of customer or attendee that was there, they're like, oh my gosh, you got to go to the champagne wall. There's a wall that's passing your champagne. And it spread so much that the people that were inside still doing run a show heard it and they're like, come out, there's champagne wall. So that's when you know the activation works really, really well. But thank you for letting me present the community first events. You're right. I'm super passionate about this, and I really think this trend really underscores the importance of building connection, foster inclusivity, and creating experiences that really resonate at a community level. And it's something that we're super passionate about as well here at Innovate Marketing Group. So let's start with micro events. We started seeing a lot of trends with these type of events, and really the rising demand for smaller, more intimate gatherings. So instead of 1,000 people, they're doing 500, and really curating that attendee list, like quality versus quantity. Everybody that's there is for an opportunity for meaningful connections, as well as allow attendees to really engage on a much deeper level. And it's not about the scale at the end of the day. Again, it's about quality. So it goes back to that. Next, DIB. So a few of you may be familiar with this, but the one that's, I wouldn't call it new, but belonging is definitely more and more people are talking about this, more brands are talking about this. And of course, is a series to provide a platform for essential conversations, right? And that not only are they accessible, but also reflective of the diverse perspective, and we truly believe that events should be spaces that allow everyone to feel valued and heard. And it's really about building a community that cultivates this. Wellness, you kind of heard this a lot in the last 2 years, especially after the pandemic, but wellness goes beyond just the physical, also mental, right? That has a huge rise. So we saw a lot of mental and emotional well-being events, from like sound bath to all these different type of events. I mean, for our own company retreat, we were originally going to go yoga until the venue said no. So you can see we even take this into practice at our own agency, but we'll definitely do it, just a matter of time. We are doing it for another client this year too, so that'll be fun. And then finally, community events, right? This is the heartbeat of the trend. You're really seeing a lot of this, building and nurturing the community around the brand or industry. And the purpose behind it is really you're creating a network and engaging loyal attendees, right? It's no longer just about a surface brand, but what is the brand doing and giving back to the community? And how are they truly using the brand to make this a better world? I think I personally also look at brands who give back to the community. At the bank I bank with, right? So East West Bank is one of the banks our agency banks with. They do lots of things within the community. And I want to work with brands who also give back to the community. And we do that here at Innovate Marketing Group too. So in conclusion, the community first events is really about more than just hosting a gathering event. It's about cultivating that experiences and lasting connections. And yeah, it just, we always say events shouldn't just be a simply event. It should be transformative, which Sarah mentioned as well. You walk in as one version and walk out a better version. Next trend we're seeing, brand collaborations. We love this one. Oh, those are some of our photos. Partner up. I think this is a huge one, and especially as some brands are seeing recessions coming, we're seeing a lot of layoff. But, with collaboration, I think it's so smart and so strategic. Last year, we did an event for TikTok and Ulta, right? They have very similar target market, but they are able to leverage their network to make it amplify the power of the event. So they have more influencers that attended, and then also more budget, right? You put two into one, and then it's just a great partnership. And we're really building on that as well. So seeing more brands collaborate. It could be a stovetop brand with another brand. We have lots in the mix, or like a food brand. Recently, we're thinking about one of our other clients, like a food brand match with a nonprofit, right? So it's kind of like seeing what makes sense for them to partner up. And sometimes it could just be, they have to have similar mission and vision, and maybe goals for the year as well. I think that's really important. And it's not just about their offering, but truly what is the exposure, what is a win-win situation for both of the brand that's bringing to the table, so that they could amplify together and scale up together. And, some of these could even be tech giant collaborating with a lifestyle brand. So there's many opportunities to do this. And in terms of strategic alliances, right? Really think about who is in your ecosystem and who has the same target market as you, so that, you know, I heard from a CPA, a big CPA company, they actually work a lot with lawyers, right? Or business people, because they all refer each other. So that is the same ecosystem. Or another furniture company, a big furniture company. Well, guess what? They know the property management really well, because their property management is always the first one that knows someone's moving in, or so someone's about to come in. So they let the furniture company know. Guess what? The furniture company will reach out and say, hey, I heard you're moving into, you know, 300 Raymond Avenue. Do you need some furniture, right? Like, these are all partnership, and you could really think big. So partnering up is a call to action to brands to really explore the limitless possibilities of how to raise the brand together, and then really leveraging and creating more synergy together. And I
Love
love
that.
it.
I love this event.
Super fun. And then you'll see we had a lot of other ones as well. Another trend, and this always, I mean, especially when it comes to event and experiences, the event design is such a big part of what we do, right? Really bring the brand to life in the color palette, in the design. So some of the trends that we're seeing for 2024 first is bold colors. And the Barbie pink, we are all taken by the Barbie sensation last year. Barbie pink is still here to stay, at least for 2024. So you'll kind of see that in the florals and the furniture pieces, all integrated. Next one is the dynamic layout. You know, so it's not just your traditional layout. We love mixing it up, even a conference. So in the front, you can have actually lounge sets, and then you have theater style, right? And then you can actually change the setting if you have multiple days. So it actually allows a fresh environment as people get in. And then what we do actually, sometimes the last day of the event, we actually remove chairs in the back row section so that it doesn't feel empty, because usually by the last day, there's a lot of people traveling back to town and things like that. These are all strategy we always help implement. All right, and then moving on to floral. So the team call it, it's not your mama's florals anymore. Really think about abstract designs with lots of texture, super fun, bright and bold color palette again. And then really creating that, you know, mix of orange and that's like super trendy. And on the opposite end, soft baby blues and pastels are making a mark. So, you know, there's so many ways to just play with that. And I just love the way a lot of people integrate floral and design into the event. And lastly, elevated design. So Sarah talked about a little bit earlier about personalization, right? So it's not just in addition to adding your logo and making that prominent, but personalization is a game changer. And there's so many ways to integrate that, whether it's through lighting, staging, signage, florals, music. We have one client, that custom made a music for an anniversary celebration that we worked on. So that was super powerful, because that's truly uniquely theirs, right? And then perhaps a centerpiece that integrate into the flower, and that really elevated the design, and that people notice. It's like sometimes these subtle design, people are like, oh wow, like, did you notice that step and repeat integrates with this, but just everything seems so cohesive. So overall, just the bold colors, dynamic layouts, abstract floral, and elevated designs. You'll see that a lot in 2024.
I love those tips. So here are a couple of examples of what Amanda was sharing in the past. You can see a lot of bold colors. You can see a lot of details everywhere from corner to corner. A lot of really elevated design, talking about graphic design, specialized for your event. And you can integrate all of these tools to make your event really pop and make a statement.
Yeah. I think there's so many ways. Yeah, like the lighting, you kind of see integrated here, matching with the furniture, right? Even the third picture on the very top with that huge chandelier that we kind of design and curate to put into that specific museum, because we notice an empty spot that really it's an opportunity for it to shine and just stands out more. And actually the people that have been there, they probably notice a dramatic difference when they see it. And of course, in front of JJ Lin and the guy from the Eagles, the background, again, that's like integrated with the theme of the event. And always stage is like one of the best spot to make sure you spend budget on in terms of design, because that is the most photograph in addition to the step and repeat, right? And you have to create these moments for people to allow them to do these self-discovery, self-activation. A lot of people is like, they love doing selfies, right? So you see this giant flower wall we created for TikTok Beauty Month, and people just naturally gravitate there, and then people just took pictures. And in addition to that, our team came up with a design. So there's actually floral on the floor in the midst of the grass, but it's actually a message. So on the way out, everybody got one, but it was like a surprise and delight. So we have people pass it out. They were like, what? I didn't even notice that. And they were just like a message. And it really brightened up everybody's day as they departed from the event as well.
I just think that there are so many opportunities. And like you mentioned, Amanda, every challenge is an opportunity, and we can really leverage your space, whatever venue. I've seen photos of like the before and after that the team pulls off, and it's just incredible. So thank you so much for sharing all those. I also really liked what you mentioned about the community first events. I feel like they're also a great opportunity to create company culture for your internal events, for your internal team, but they're also a great opportunity to let your customers know what your company is all about. What are your core values, which is something that most customers think about before purchasing nowadays. So thank you so much for sharing those. I'm going to open up now the chat or the Q&A so that anyone who has any questions, please leave them, and I'm going to share them with Amanda. So we have one. Will there be a recording available? Yes, so you will receive an email right after this with the link to download the report, and also in a little bit of time we will also have the recording available just whenever it uploads to the cloud, so that you can also watch it and share it with your network. Please share it with your teammates, share it with your partner, whoever is interested in events. We have another one from Nadia. Which trend are you most excited for in 2024? I'll let you go first, Amanda.
I would say the brand collaboration. I think there's power in numbers. I personally love that one. And as a business owner and as an agency, we're just seeing a lot of strategic opportunity there. So that's the one I would recommend first if you wanted to dabble.
I love that. I have to say, for me, it's AI, just because there's so much opportunity and there's so much unknown. And every day they literally come out with different products that can be used in events. So I'm very excited for that. And I'm very excited that we're able to provide all of that expertise to our clients, because like I mentioned, nobody can be experts in everything, right? And although our clients are really well prepared, excuse me, we love to be that partner for them and give them those tools so that they can only tap into us. I remember a client last year called me and they said, hey, we cannot work this website registration. Can you just help us out? And that is something that we can provide for you. So yeah, I'm just really excited for the new technology coming up.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have another one. What are your favorite AI tools to use when planning events? That is the secret sauce. So you'll have to call us to get that information. we can hop on a call and then see how we can leverage the opportunities that your brand has. Because we always say that we don't have like cookie cutter events. What we do is we really design and tailor the experience for your goals and your KPIs. And depending on that, we will make a recommendation for you to use any platform, both AI or event registration or any other technology that we have available for you. And we have one. I think I'm going to give this to Amanda. How can we use activation stations at golf tournaments?
Ooh, I mean, there's so many fun things you could do at golf tournaments, honestly. Depending on what your brand is, it's creating, like the one we did for TikTok and Ulta is like flower, right? But you may have your own brand theme or the golf thing. If you want to write on that, you could really create a pop-up that has that experience. I think at the end of the day, it's really just about creating a space that makes people, that trigger someone that want to pick up their phone and say, I want to take a picture. And even more so, it's like, I want to take a picture and share it with everybody, right? Put it on their social media, put it on their LinkedIn, because now it's a way for them, for them to showcase and for your brand to be amplified. So perhaps it's a message. I don't know if you guys even seen like those hashtag, you could order hashtag props that you could hold. Sometimes it's a powerful, like I've been to so many entrepreneur or businesses conference, but I've been to one where it says, you're a rock star. I think that's the one we came up with, but it's a powerful message, right? So you just want to stand in front of that message and take a photo, right? So I think those are super fun. And you really have to think what the event is about.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. It really depends on what your brand is, and even not only what your brand is about, but also what the specific goal for the event is. So are you looking to create sales? Are you looking to create brand recognition? Are you looking to connect with your internal network? Are you looking to create a platform for your employees to become more DEIB? What is really the goal? And most of our clients do multiple events, and every event has a different goal or a different purpose. And we only work with purpose-driven brands, and that's something we're very proud of. Talking about that, then we
Sarah,
have
before
another.
we go to the next one, I just
Yes,
want to
of course.
also add on to what you said. It's like, in addition to the activation, really think about what the hashtag will be, and then you make sure that's very evident at the event, right? Last thing you want is for people to come up with their own version of hashtag. You want to make sure it's consistent. So next to your pop-up or in your pop-up, you have that hashtag, and on all your signages, which is perfect opportunity for branding too, you also have the hashtag or the tags, right? It makes it really easy for people. We always say, if you keep it simple, make it easy, then more people will be willing to do it.
You're so right. I've been to many events that I'm like, what's the hashtag? Like, is it this? Is it that? And that's never what you want. You want clarity for your event from the beginning till the end. All right, I think that's all the time we have. We will respond to the Q&A directly to the people. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for being engaged. Most of you stayed for the end, so thank you so much. We're very excited to have you here. I'm very grateful. We're going to continue to host these events during the year. These are two of the upcoming ones. You'll receive an invitation in time, don't worry. We just wanted to let you know that we're going to keep on feeding you all this information so that you stay in the know, that you stay updated, and you have all the tools to succeed. So we want to end on time. Thank you so much for your time. We're so grateful to have you as partners, as clients, and we look forward to creating many more events in this year. Thank you, Amanda, for joining us as well.
Thank you. This is great. Happy 2024, you guys.